So if Shaggart's cave beat the big wave beach using only nuts, well, I guess I need to do the same, but without them. Nuts are one of the most important plants in Plants vs Zombies 2, and most players can't imagine their playthrough without them. However, today I wanna prove the opposite. I'll beat the big wave beach without nuts. So enjoy! Day 1. The beginning. I really enjoyed beating that level using only pea shooters. While doing it, I didn't even feel that I had some rules here, just a normal playthrough. Day 2. I strongly believe in Iceberg Ledge's supremacy. I decided to beat that level with crocodiles and bowling bulbs, and that was a really good choice. As for me, the local plants are good, and I also like their design. Still, I didn't feel any need for nuts. Day 3 was a conveyor belt level, which didn't even contain any nuts in the plant list, so let's just skip it. Day 4 was beaten with the shadow plants. Still, no need for nuts. 4 out of 32 levels are successfully completed without them. But day 5 was the first level which contained some obstacles. At first, I had only pea shooters as the attacking plant, and second, the walnut was really needed here. I beat that level on the second attempt by using plant food in the right way. In most cases, I used it on tangle kelp. What did I do with the walnuts from the conveyor belt? Well, I just dug them out, and that's all. Day 6 was beaten with primal pea shooters. That was a huge mistake. Don't do like that. They can't damage the snorkel zombies, so the plant is really useful here in the big wave beach. Day 7 was beaten using different catapults. Man, I wanted to plant even more winter melons and melon pools, but I just didn't have enough time for it. But here my tip is simple. Use the catapults in the big wave beach. That's one of the best locations for them. Day 8 was a bowling bulb level. That's actually a good minigame, and it obviously doesn't contain any nuts, so let's just skip it. Day 9. Even more catapults. Except for level 9, I didn't feel any need for nuts. Honestly, I thought that it would be harder than it is. Day 10 was the conveyor belt level without any nuts. The level was successfully completed. Day 11. The levels and the amount of waves are changing, but my need for nuts doesn't. Even with the appearance of the surfer zombie, I still considered that everything was fine and that I still was fully controlling the situation. We still haven't faced the octo zombies and fishermen, so life is a dream. Day 12. Finally, my favorite type of level, the last stand. I didn't want to reinvent the wheel, so I used the strategy from my previous challenge. If you haven't watched it, make sure that you will do it right after watching that video. Anyway, we managed to complete it, so I left with a single potato mine and alone. Still, no nuts. Day 13. Never have more than 16 plants. It was hard. I had to carefully and thoughtfully put all the plants on the lawn and even gather 2000 sun. Still, no nuts were used while beating that level. Day 14. Survived the zombie attack with the given plants. Oh hell no, man. They gave me a walnut. What a provocation, PopCap. Guys, did I tell you that I like chompers? Because I do. Chompy is one of the best plants in the game. Oh, and yeah, still no nuts. Day 15. I had to protect the potato mines. Using winter melons, that doesn't look like a challenge. Just a column of wheat and primal sunflowers as the main defense plant can stop anyone. But day 16. It was a pure nightmare. And here's why. At first, the level is very hard itself. Even using walnuts, I can't guarantee you that the level will be beaten from the very first attempt. There are too many zombies for that amount of plants. The second reason is luck. If the conveyor belt gives you a good amount of bowling bulbs, the probability of beating that level will be way higher than if the conveyor belt gives you more walnuts. I honestly can't say that the chomper isn't useful here because his plant food effect can save you from gargantuar, but nevertheless, your main goal is to get as many bowling bulbs as you can. On my best attempt, I reached the final wave cave and defeated the very first gargantuar, but I didn't have anything to defeat the second and the third one. Of course, with the walnuts the level is still hard, but beatable, yet without them I didn't manage to complete it. I spent more than an hour trying to beat it. The farthest I got was the final wave. If you managed to beat that level without the walnuts and the level 1 plants, please let me know in the comments the way you did that. I'll probably make a separate video about that problem and that level. Day 17. Guys, I guess that we have a new guest, the Octa Zombie. The level was beaten using the shadow plants, so I didn't even see the Octa Zombie on the lawn, because he couldn't even step one cell closer to my lawnmowers. Day 18 was the conveyor belt level, which consisted only of the crocodiles and magnet rooms. That's all. No nuts were needed to beat that level. On day 19 I decided to have some fun with cauliflower. I like cauliflower, so why not? That guy hypnotized most of zombies, so I didn't even need to destroy all of them. Another level which is beaten without nuts. Day 20 was a typical big wave beach level. I had lots of fun while beating it because I planted 2 columns of winter melons. No one could stop me at that point. Even Gargantuar was shocked by my defense line. Day 21 doesn't include any nuts, so it's automatically beatable. Day 22. Did you know that sunshrooms isn't only a good sun producer but also a good substitution for a walnut? The fisherman zombie tried to steal my watermelons, but the only plant they managed to steal was sunshroom. Day 23. Oh hell no man, we will stuck with Gargantuar. That's not good. And along with that I had to protect bananas. Okay, now I wanna eat banana. This time I used the primal sunflowers as the main defense plant and it worked. I managed to successfully complete that level. Day 24 was bowling ball level, so let's just skip it. Day 25. I had a limited amount of sun to spend, so the best choice in that case was combining winter melons and melon pults. Not even a single lawnmower was lost while beating it. Still, no nuts. Day 26 was the conveyor belt level, which primarily consisted of banana pults and walnuts. I was so tired of digging up them that by the end of the level I left with 5 nuts on the conveyor. Did I feel the lack of nuts while beating the level? No, I didn't. The day wasn't so hard and we had enough bananas to stop all the zombies. Day 27. Survive the zombie attack with the given plants. Winter melons and banana pults did all the work. Plus, I had enough of double sunflowers, which protected me of octopuses and fisherman zombies. Day 28. Previously that level was one of the hardest in the game. In my challenge where I played with only PVZ1 plants, I didn't manage to beat it, so I thought that it would be a good idea to try to beat it with PVZ2 plants but without nuts. Guess what? They nerfed this level. By the time I reached the final wave I had lost only 1 plant, and the final wave was so poor that it didn't look like a wave at all. Man, PopCap nerfed one of the best levels in the game. That's really sad. Day 29. Yes, my favorite type of level, the last stand. I didn't have enough sun to plant the 5th winter melon, so I decided to plant a melon pult instead of it, and do it right in the middle, as the splash damage from the nearest cells would freeze the remaining zombies. I completed it without any nuts or using any lawnmower. Day 30. I had to protect crocodiles. I tried several strategies, but only using a sunshine I managed to defend all the crocodiles and plant a good defense line. Still, no nuts. Day 31. Survive the zombie attack with the given plants. Again, it was easily beaten without using any nuts. Previously, while beating the big wave beach, I felt that I really needed nuts to complete it. This time, I can't tell the same. Day 32 was beaten just in 3 minutes, and it didn't contain any nuts. While beating the zombies, I wanna express some of my feelings about that small challenge. One of the newest updates of the Plants vs Zombies 2 has nerfed 8 levels on the Big Wave Beach. Some of them, like level 28, were nerfed too much, and some of them, like day 16, are still very hard. Before that update, I always felt that walnuts are needed while beating the Big Wave Beach, but in current realities, only day 16 stays as the only unbeatable level without them. Well, in my opinion, that was a good experiment. Now we know a bit more about the nowadays Big Wave Beach, and we know that we can beat it without any nuts.